An alarming spike in COVID-19 cases across Israel is prompting the government to reimpose strict new measures to contain the pandemic. Israel has recorded almost 33,000 coronavirus cases since the beginning of the pandemic, including at least 340 deaths. That's according to the Ministry of Health.
Ever since things started improving in April, and we even got a green light from the Prime Minister to go out and enjoy life. And so we did. But somebody seemed to have forgotten that this is still contagious and there is no vaccine yet.
In an attempt to assure compliance with regulations requiring the wearing of masks and social distancing, police are out in full force, handing out fines to those who fail to comply.
There are hundreds of police officers from an 8-task force working across the country in order to make sure that people are implementing the new rules and regulations. And there are heavy fines of up to 500 shekels being given out to people that are not keeping the strict rules and regulations.
The government ordered a partial lockdown. Bars, clubs, pools, gyms, event halls ordered shut, and restaurants are limited to 20 people.
With a closer look at this major street here in Jerusalem, there are fewer people out. Shop owners are complaining the newly reinstated measures are driving them out of business.
This small restaurant owner says he had to close one of his 2 locations, letting go of 4 of his employees. Now his 2 sons help him out.
Steps of the new government are negatively affecting us. People are afraid to go out and go to restaurants.
He says if the restrictions continue, he will have to close down.
Sales are down to 10% of what we were used to doing before. I can hardly pay the rent for the shop.
Unfortunately, within the second wave of COVID that we're in at the moment, it's absolutely necessary to make sure that restaurants are limited in numbers and other restaurants are not opening because they cannot just deal with the financial perspectives, as well as hotels. Many hotels have not opened up and many hotels are still staying closed.
After largely containing the coronavirus in May and reopening schools, beaches and businesses, a second wave of the coronavirus hit Israel. Professor Dan Ben David blasted Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for his handling of the pandemic, warning the situation could soon spiral out of control.
The impact on the economy was fantastic. I mean, I don't think we've seen anything like this for decades, if at all, if ever, in Israel's young history. Clearly, it was devastating, and that's what makes the lack of preparedness for dealing with the future so poignant.
Coronavirus caused the unemployment to spike above 20%. Ben David says the resurgence of the virus will have a devastating effect on the economy.
The biggest damage in the tourism industry, in entertainment, in industries that hire a huge share of unskilled and uneducated individuals. These people are extremely hard hit. And these are industries that there's really no end in sight to opening them up.
The government says if infections continue to rise, it will clamp even harder. Mohammed Al Qasim in Jerusalem, reporting for the Media Line.